spirit. It's bound to me now. I've always wanted a bound spirit. Yeah, geez, Glory guilt trip. So what does that mean for us? Can the spirit help us, like it said? See for yourself. She raises an arm, and you feel a burst of warmth and comfort in your chest. It wants to help people, to heal them. It wants redemption, just like I do. Together, maybe we'll find it. Behind your eyes, your vision starts to twist. It feels as though you're being turned inside out. Time to go. With the spirit links to the adversary severed, the entire reality is falling apart. See you in the real world, Glory. Yeah, she offers you a grateful smile. I'll see you there. Slowly you swim back to consciousness. Struggling to your feet, you find Glory already standing and alert. I can feel them. The spirit set them free, but they're trapped somewhere here in the complex. Best get to them in a hurry then. This place feels like it's shaking itself apart. Be on your guard. The connection between this compound and wherever we were is breaking down, and as that place disintegrates, more and more things are spilling through, like rats fleeing a sinking ship. Sorry, I'm tongue-twisted. She nods. Yeah, and it looks like only a matter of time before Forestella is consumed too. Look in the corner there. You can already see it happening. I'll take your word for it. Let's move. Time for more bad decisions. Did we save? I'm going to save. And I'm also curious about the objective. Okay, so defeat and purify the shrine spirit, which I apparently haven't done? All those initiates I killed? Apparently I'm going to save them now. What are you all doing here? As you kick the door open and stumble into the room, you find yourself surrounded by a sea of teenage faces, all three of them. Initiates all huddled together and trembling. With the spirit's influence cleared from their minds, they look frightened and lost, like kids who've had their security blankets torn away. Glory steps forward. When she speaks, her voice is gentle. Come on, all of you. We're taking you to safety, someplace far away from here. A scrawny teenager in a ragged coat stares Glory's chrome, his mouth hanging slack. His voice crackles when he speaks. What happened to you? Your arm? Something that you'll never need to worry about. Come on, let's get the hell out of here. Couldn't have put it better myself. Come on, people. We're taking you someplace safe. The Kreutz Bazaar. You thread your way through the trees of the Schombuch forest, tracing your way back to the thicket that where you and Glory hid the van. The inferno that consumed the Forestella is spreading, and the conflagration casts the forests around you in a sinister orange light. The heat at your back is intense, unbearable. Far ahead, Glory blazes a trail for you to follow, shedding the foliage in her path. The liberated initiates teeter on the edge of panic as they struggle to keep pace behind you. The fire is moving fast, but you're faster. As Glory helps the last of the kids into the van, you put the vehicle in gear and punch the accelerator. The burning ruin of Forestella recedes into the distance, a glowing speck in the rearview mirror. The peace and safety of the Kreutz Bazaar lie ahead. Yeah, Joe, it looked like kind of based on your responses that the mission has some differences. It is, I would argue, is one of the best things about Dragonfall, in my opinion, is it definitely feels a lot less linear than Dead Man's Switch. As nice as Dead Man's Switch is, I definitely think Dragonfall, as far as story elements and I don't know, for lack of a better term, kind of options, I think overall it's better. So, it's been a while since we played this, but I've said it before, and I think it's worth saying again. I think Glory's storyline in the game is by far the most interesting, and I think out of all of the missions that I've done so far, I've enjoyed that one the most. But I am about 2 hours into the broadcast. Normally I do a 1 hour a break every hour. I wanted to take a minute to thank everybody for coming out, especially without the normal, following. The follow notifications, the normal things that I have for the stream, and the fact it's been so long since we played this. I was mentioning that I was missing streaming from Monday, and I don't think we could have picked a better game for tonight. I'm really enjoying this one, and it was great to have such a mission like that. But with that in mind, I'm going to ask for about 3, maybe 5 minutes, just so I can get some water as well as do my normal stretch in that. But I'm just going to ask for a few minutes of your time while I get up and stretch. I encourage you all to do the same. Please take care of yourselves, and we will continue some more Dragonfall after that. See you guys. Well, okay, I'm going to put my break sign up, and then I'll at least give something to look at, such as it is. Hey, where's my break sign? Alright, see you all in a couple minutes. Oh, Sleepbringer and Dahlia! Thank you, both of you, for stopping by. I should just caution I don't have, oh god, a lot of you. Let me see this. So I'll just caution you guys. Okay, so the break is slightly delayed while I greet all the newcomers. Joe Football, I just read your message. Like, invade hell, kill the literal devil, save a busload of orphans, +2 karma. So Sleepbringer, Dahlia, Superior Blaze, thank you all for stopping by. I should just warn you guys. Okay, that's fine, Dahlia. Enjoy it. Is it your makeup drinks with your sister? I hope so. I just want to caution you guys, all of my notifications aren't working, and I actually need to watch the channel. I need to watch chat on my tablet. So for anybody who's hosting me or something like that, I deeply apologize. I can't thank you. I can't look at my dashboard in the current state. I'll see if maybe I can fix some of that over the break. But everybody who stopped by, thank you very much for coming in. We will be continuing Dragonfall in a couple of minutes, but I'm about 2 hours and I haven't had any break yet. So I'm just going to get up, stretch, grab a glass of water. As always, encourage you guys to do the same, and we'll be back in a minute. All right. Well, enjoy your new drinks alone at the bar, Dahlia. I hope you find a nice lady to do terrible things to. I suspect Dahlia's still not here to hear the reply, but anytime, Dahlia. I will always be here to say such things to you. Alright. I hope that break was as restful for you as it was for me. Okay, actually more restful for you than it was for me. Let's do some more talking. Let's not talk to Paul. I think we watched all the DVDs. Fourth DVD player. Sorry, I can't even remember. Okay, I don't actually think I've seen this track. Let's do the third one. So we definitely watched the third DVD. I can't remember if we've seen the fourth. Track 4. Definitely have not seen this one. You heard it. You're the worst at leaving streams. Never gonna turn down the extra viewers, Dahlia. Let me just check something real quick. Just gonna take a minute and see if my dashboard problems have gone away. And I noticed, I actually just got a notification, Superior Blaze, that you followed the channel. Thank you very much for doing so. I always appreciate having new people in. I'm glad you're enjoying yourself enough to hit that follow button. It's very sluggish and loading, but that's normally a good sign. Stream configuration quality, acceptable. Sleepbringer. Okay, I just my dashboard's working again. Thank you so much for the host. I know I almost never get a chance to see you, so that means a lot. Thank you so much. And to everybody from Sleepbringer's channel, welcome. I'm sorry that you got to see me and break for a little bit, but I'm going to be able to turn off my tablet now, and I am going to enjoy chat the way that God intended it. My God, there's more of you in chat than I thought. Thank you, everybody, for stopping by on a Friday evening. I know that is prime time for a lot of folks, so it actually means quite a bit that you're here. All right, so usually between missions, I will read these, or I'll read through these tracks. So let's take a look at track number 1. So this interview subject that's going to be coming up, Adrian Valquera, is the guy that we're looking for in this story. We actually have enough money to pay the contact who will find him for us, but I kind of want to go through all of the team members' missions before I do anything like that. Chat is just too strong, yeah. The DVD player ramps up to speed, filling the air with a small whirring sound. Green Winter's face appears on the screen. The timestamp of the video reads 2050-428. This is the interview. Took some digging to find it, but here it is, my big brother, back in his prime. The note disappears, and for a moment the screen goes blank. Suddenly an image of a news correspondent flashes onto the screen, accompanied by a brief orchestral flourish. The timestamp in the upper right-hand corner of the screen reveals the date, August 22nd, 2012. Well, you've certainly done that, Sleepbringer, again. Thank you so much. I remember the first thing that I watched, I think I had gone to Dahlia's channel to watch Fatal Frame, and then you were playing a game where I think you had to clear out, I can't remember the name of the game that you were playing, but you had to like clear out a room full of ghosts which reset when you walked out, and then you found there was a way to evade them or something like that. I believe that was the first, I'd always heard of your stream, but I'd never actually got a chance to see you. But that was good fun to watch. Interviewer, thank you for joining us. We are coming to you live from the ruins of Sangerhausen, the fifth Harz Mountain town to be sacked by the dragon Feuerschwanger. Standing by my side is the head of Dial Defense, Dr. Adrian Volker. Dr. Volker has been hailed as a leader in the effort to bring down the Feuerschwanger and end her reign of terror. Dr. Volker, tell us about your efforts to bring down the dragon. Killing the monster has proven difficult, to say the least. Her speed and maneuverability in the air are extraordinary. Her scales propel small arms fire, and her breath can melt steel. Our R&D teams have been working around the clock to devise a weapon capable of downing the beast. In the interim, we are providing material support for the Luftwaffe's attempts to shoot her down via conventional means. Herr Volker, why are you directing Dial's Defense's energies to the killing of the Feuerschwanger? Are there corporate interests at play in this? Corporate interests? No, this is a matter of human interest. Innocent lives are being extinguished at an appalling rate. I am in a position to put an end to the slaughter, and so I must. It really is that simple. Dr. Volker, you must understand my skepticism. Our viewers aren't looking for a PR statement. They come to us for the truth. I'm afraid I don't have time to go back and forth on this. Your viewers can think whatever they wish. My concern is helping the people affected by this tragedy. In that case, Dr. Volker, I thank you for sharing your valuable time with us. You're very welcome. To the viewers at home, stay safe and watch the skies. Salvation is coming. I promise. Again, that was Dr. Adrian Volker, CEO of Dial Defense. Dr. Volker is the chief architect of the military's current plan to bring down the dragon Feuerschwanger. Stay tuned for more late-breaking news on the battle for Harz Mountains. We'll be right back. With that, the video comes to an end. You find yourself dumped to the menu screen. Play track 2. The display goes blank for a moment, then the face of Green Winters winks onto the screen. There is a look of astonishment on his face. The timestamp on the video reads 2054-11-17. Holy shit, I just stumbled onto some of Adrian's old lab notes. I'm not going to say how I came across these. Someone might get hurt if the wrong people watch this. But I've checked them against some of Adrian's old handwriting samples, and they're legitimate. Holy shit, this is big. Alright, okay, back up, slow down, breathe. He takes a moment to calm himself. Okay, so these notes, they pretty much confirm something I'd always suspected. The Luftwaffe didn't shoot down Feuerschwanger. I mean, they tried. They pumped thousands of rounds into the air around her. They lobbed rockets at her for months, lost attack helicopters and fighter craft in the process, but none of those things were responsible for taking her down. The Dragonfall was caused by an experimental warhead, one that Adrian and his Dial Defense think tank designed. I didn't understand the science of it, not even a little bit. From what I can piece together, it looks like they designed some sort of chemical radiological agent that acts on the metagene. I don't think they fully understood what they were doing. It was 2012 after all. I mean, the process worked, but I don't know if they understand why it worked. Anyway, when a warhead full of this stuff comes into contact with a dual-natured creature, like a dragon say, it drives a wedge between that creature's physical and astral forms. The body gets put in a sort of hibernation state, and the spirit is forced out. It looks like this process can maintain that state of separation indefinitely, and that's a pretty horrifying thought. A discorporated body is supposed to die in a few hours. I've heard horror stories about ghost-walking mages getting trapped in astral space, unable to rejoin with their meat. I heard they went crazy from the pain. If what I'm reading is accurate, it's entirely possible that Feuerschwanger has been trapped outside her body for over 40 years. Winters pushes his chair back and slaps the table in front of him. This is why Adrian was always so cagey about the subject of the Feuerschwanger after the Dragonfall. He knew for a fact she was alive, even if only technically. Her body crashed down in the socks, sure, but she wasn't dead. The government wouldn't let Adrian tell the public about any of this, of course. It'd interfere with the lie that they were feeding us, that the Firewing was dead and that everyone was safe and that people should stop hiding in their basements and get back to work again. But privately, he always said she was still out there, somewhere deep in the socks. I always knew that he was paranoid. I always thought he was paranoid, but I was wrong. He knew. So what does all of this mean? It means that the stories I got from Ghost Rat suddenly sound a lot more plausible. It means the Feuerschwanger is definitely alive, and that Adrian's disappearance is unquestionably tied to her survival. It also means that Germany is in deep shit, because if the Feuerschwanger is still alive, it's only a matter of time before she rears her ugly head again. Okay, that's enough for one night. I'm gonna get drunk. The screen abruptly goes black as the video cuts off. A few moments later, you find yourself returned to the menu screen. Play track 3. The DVD player ramps up to speed, filling the air with a small whirring sound. Green Winter's face appears on the screen. He looks younger than you've ever seen him, but from the way he's carrying himself, he's clearly drunk. The timestamp on the video reads 2033 5:15. Look, Adrian, I understand you. Lord knows I do, but you have got to drop this dragon fixation. People are starting to talk. There's a camera cut, and you find yourself looking at a young, handsome Dr. Adrian Volcaire. He wears a slight smile on his face. Oh, they're talking, are they? What a terrible shame. Damn it, Adrian, this is serious. You're a public figure. You could lose everything if you don't keep these ridiculous fairy tales to yourself. Hermie, my theories are not, as you call them, fairy tales. Dragons are real. I saved Germany from one. Have you forgotten? No, of course not. Everyone knows that you killed the Firewing. Stopped. Not killed. Fine, stop. Whatever. Winter swipes a bottle off the table in front of him, drains it, and drops to the floor. Call it whatever you want, but Adrian, you're not the only one who's still obsessed with this damn... Sorry, you're the only one who's... You're the only one who's still obsessed with the damned things. There aren't that many of them. They're not taking over the world. Volcaire's voice is quiet, soft. Such is the cry of the cancer patient, unaware of what's killing him. I'm fine, not to worry. I'll smoke another cigarette. What's the harm? He doesn't see what's happening, but he winds up dead all the same. Winter snorts. Now you're just being maudlin. Look, Adrian. Volcaire shakes his head. His smile has disappeared. Mark my words, Hermie. Within 5 years, corporations, even countries, will fall to these creatures. And the worst part is, nobody will care. Oh, people will tut-tut about it. There may be a protest or two, but nobody will actually do anything to stop them. The immortal, all-powerful, utterly pitiless reptiles will seize more and more of our power, wealth, and territory, and we foolish, short-sighted mortals will never get it back. Green Winters chuckles uncomfortably, raises his hand in the air in a supplicating gesture. Come now, Adrian. Volcaire talks brother's interruption. We could solve the problem, of course. But we, as a species, are unwilling to invest our energy into problems that aren't staring us right in the face. As it was with climate change, so it is with dragons. I've accepted that, but you can't ask me to stop caring about it. Dragonophobic hate speech, yeah. Winters shakes his head. You're hopeless, Adrian. Fine, by all means, keep caring. Just keep your conspiracy theories to yourself. I'm telling you this for your own sake. Volcaire sighs. He looks incredibly tired. Yes, Hermie, you're right, of course. I mustn't jeopardize my credibility with the masses. Winter's expression turns serious. His voice lowers. It's not just your credibility that I'm worried about. Talk is talk. But sometimes... He pauses, shakes his head. Sometimes I'm worried that you're really going to go back into the socks. Volcaire's tone softens again. Hermie, Winters cuts his brother off. A new intensity burns in his voice. Please, big brother, just drop all of this. Stop hunting the Firewing and start living your life again. If you won't do it for yourself, then for Christ's sake, do it for me. Volcaire nods and then looks away from the screen. All right, Hermie, I'll try. The image cuts to static, and you find yourself back at the menu screen. A rattling sound fills the air as the disc grinds in its tray. A few seconds later, the screen fills with text. Meet and mate singles dating profile. User, hashtag Jolly Green Winters. Last active 1/15/54. Sex, male. Metatype, human. Ethnicity, Caucasian. Body type, muscular. Age, 50. Looking for female. HED. Athletic, 25 to 30. I'm a fun-loving guy who's also a great listener. I love hiking, clubbing, and all kinds of pets. I'm looking for a cute, funny, adventurous girl who's down to party. I don't respond to profiles without pics. No orcs or trolls. Sorry, ladies. The disc rattles again, and you find yourself sitting at the main menu. Eject the DVD. What you need, boss? Any updates on Alexander? Funny, but why would that be on a DVD? Well, it is it's an archive of material that was on his computer. So I suspect. Although I mean, honestly, if it's the DVDs were supposed to be like archived material, so I'm not entirely sure why a dating profile is on there. I don't know. Stop breaking my immersion. Any updates on Alexander? Nothing new, boss. He's adjusting. It's just going to take some time. Any thoughts of the last run that you weren't on? Yeah. So I'll post the pay data and I'll go on Iger's mission before I advance the story. Break all the immersion. Shadowland connection established successfully. Link strength 100%. Spoofing 1. Group info null anon. Welcome to Shadowland. Post pay data for stale. Attach data escrow account. Data will automatically be sold to the highest bidder. Both parties will remain anonymous throughout the transaction. I don't believe I did the Apex mission. Which one is that? Post Harrow's Bribe records. Posting successful. Posting will remain active for 2 days. Claim payment for sold pay data. Pending transactions. Sold OTK financial records. Data sold successfully. Winning bid 490. Escrow fee 49 million. Funds sent to Minerva's account 441. Sold. As Technology DNA donor list. Data sold successfully. Winning bid 600 union. Escrow fee 10%. Funds sent to Minerva's account 540. Go back. Shadowland BBS. There's always good stuff here. Search the BBS for relevant keywords. Topics matching local keywords? None. Damn it. I should actually buy some med kits and Bomona kits. Well, I've already got one, so... But definitely med kits, maybe a grenade, even though I never hit with them. And see if there's any better gear I can buy. Alright. By the way, here's a character I'd like to see. An orc escort. Male orc escort. Not that ladies can't do that as well, but that's definitely something against type. Okay, already got the best deck. No use for drones. I might actually benefit from this outfit. Of course, it doesn't tell me what I'm currently wearing, so... I am wearing Matrix Courier, so only +1 intelligence. Let's fix that. So the tech savvy seems to be the best option. Intelligence, move speed, and biotech is kind of neat. But I think this is the best one. Again, no use for EXPs. How about... Oh, we can upgrade software. I'm actually curious what software I have. So I've got D-grade level what? I refuse to believe I don't have... Okay, so why don't I have D-grade then? Oh, because it's 50 additional damage. It's not direct damage. This one? The Fuji Tech Savvy? I don't know. I like it. Oh, what I'm wearing. Yeah, fair enough, yeah. I think it was like the first thing I bought in the game. Okay, so Jazz, repair kit, and the Matrix armor. Now that I've spent all my money on clothing, I'm not going to have anything for... I'm not going to have anything for the doctor. I can't remember if I had anything that I needed to give to the whatever people. Yeah. I didn't even remember what those guys are called. Okay, let's see what the... I can't even remember why I don't like this guy, but the evil doctor. I'm just going to take a quick look at Cyberware. I think I've maxed out my essence, but I just want to see what I've got. Okay, so boost to intelligence. +6 to hit. I don't think I can get any better eyes. I think the adrenal contractor I got because it didn't have any essence cost. I need a data jack, so can't change that. Muscle augmentation was quickness and strength. Is there anything better I can get? Strength and HP. Nope. So the left leg was HP, quickness, and dodge. And I would have gone for a second one of those, save for the fact that I didn't have enough essence. So I think I've got the best cyberware I can in the current combination. Oh, that's right, Joe Football. I think there was another thing about him before the sewer, before the ghoul community came up too. He had something, like, I think it was something like there's a shady past in... It wasn't Brazil, it was Spain. I always imagined him as like the... I don't know if anybody's seen Marathon Man. It's like it's an older film. It's a good one, but the main villain is Der Weiße Engel, the White Angel. And he's like the world's most terrifying dentist. There's an amazing scene, by the way, so I know Akadak will know the scene I'm talking about, but the Is It Safe scene... you should definitely, if you have not, you should definitely YouTube the dental exam from Marathon Man. Actually, you should just watch the movie, but if you don't want to watch the whole movie, definitely watch that dentist scene. The girl stares blankly into the vacant city. She's still sporting the black eye, and there are fresh tears on her cheek. Yeah, fresh tears on her cheek, but she doesn't even seem to notice them. You don't look too good. Yes, it's very safe. So actually, okay, I'm going to take a minute to talk about this. There's no confirmation if this story is true, but the two main actors in Marathon Man are Laurence Olivier, who's, very much brought up in the British style, and Dustin Hoffman, who, at least in sort of his prime, was sort of associated with the method style of acting. So, Laurence Olivier is very much a stage actor. He is putting on a performance, whereas method acting tends to be a lot more about, like, you get inside the character. And I mean, like, the ultimate parody of method acting is Robert Downey Jr.'s character in Tropic Thunder, where he blacks up to become, Sergeant Lincoln Osiris. Oh. Do the scene from the movie first, but then do the animated Clerks bit. Then go to the movie theater playing the movie to see who else has seen the animated Clerks bit, because they'll also be laughing. Yeah, that's absolutely right. So anyways, I mean, this story definitely sounds a little bit like urban legend just because these two people are associated with these two different styles of acting. But the word is that for this dentist torture scene, Dustin Hoffman like goes out and it's raining and he's just like running the hell out of it. He's coming in, he's sweating, he's exhausted, and they go down to do that scene. And, you know, Olivier's doing his thing, and, you know, Dustin Hoffman screaming, responding, blah, blah, blah. You know, then they yell, you know, cut on the scene, and Olivier steps back and he says, "My God, son, have you ever considered acting?" So, again, nobody knows if Olivier actually said that to Dustin Hoffman, but I think it's a cute little anecdote. William Goldman, the guy who wrote it and actually has written a couple of books on screenwriting, mentioned, he says, "Yes, I was on the set for Marathon Man. No, I wasn't on set for that scene. I don't know if Olivier actually said that." So he's the only guy who presumably has written something that would have recorded it. Anyways, Simi, it doesn't matter how I look out there, only how I look in here. Kim touches a skinny finger to her temple. She then lowers her gaze from the heavens and regards you, her eyes showing slightly more clarity than before. Been thinking, remembering, wondering. Do you want to talk about the black eye now? Zach said not to. He said I might get hurt again. Did he do that to you? What? No, of course not. Zach wouldn't hurt a fly. But the man who did this knew Zach. He said that they used to work together before they came to the Kreutz Bazaar. But he said he wasn't allowed to stay because of Monica. She said that he was bad for the Kreutz Bazaar, and the man didn't like it. Now he wants to come back. He wants to be the new Zach. He told me he had better stuff. Let me try it. But then she touches a finger to a black eye. He said to tell Zach that he was coming back to take what was his. Don't worry, Kim. We won't let him come back. If you say so. So what have you been thinking about? Kim hugs herself tightly around her midsection, drawing herself in as if doing the impossible of making herself even thinner. I'm not sure I want to talk about it. I only ever talked about it with Monica. I'm here to listen, just like Monica was. Okay. She takes a breath to ready herself, then bites a lip as her eye searches the unseen. Monica said I would forget. She thought the Sims might help, and there I'm strong, and I never have to lose anyone. But then I come back, out here, where the children play in the street, and I remember, where I see Dr. Escabel, and I remember. He was mad at me for losing her, but now I don't know if he even remembers. He looks right through me, but I did what he told me. I saw him every month. I took the medicine. I got as much food as I could, but he said it wasn't enough, that I would never be... Monica said a mother is always a mother, even when her baby dies inside her. She said she would go to heaven. Shit, I'm sorry, Kim. Is there anything I can do? No, I'm okay. Thank you. I'll leave you be. One of the other things I like about Dragonfall is that characters like Kim, if you play it like you do most like normal games like this, you know, you can go by, you can have the experience without it, but there is actually a reward for going through characters like that. Like, I think the story is more interesting, and I think the game is enriched by it. So I really like that they included more stuff like this. Welcome back, mein Freuden. What can old Zach get you? What's up with the bandages on your hands? Zach snorts out a short burst of laughter. He waggles his bandaged hands in front of you. Oh, these? Nothing much, chummer, nothing much. Tussled with a spirit back in Amsterdam. You know, we elves are a very spiritual people. You fought a spirit with your bare hands. Did I say fought? Zach winks at you, his smile twisting up into a licentious smirk. Can't help noticing that his eyelashes appear to be dusted with glitter. Nah, chummer, Zach Flash is a lover, not a fighter. We partied, then we tussled. Hard not to get banged up under the circumstances. I'm calling bullshit on this one. Zach's smile vanishes. Are you calling me a liar? To my face? You'd rather I do it behind your back? In an instant, Zach's disturbingly white smile returns. I just can't stay mad at you. All right, chummer, you get that one for free. So where was I? Oh, right, the spirits. Elves, you know, my people, are creatures of the spirit. We got the magic in our blood, whether we sling spells or not. I'm telling you, I've talked with spirits all my life, and it has nothing to do with praying to a totem or studying spell books. Flash lowers his voice to a conspiratorial whisper. Between you and me, my mojo is stronger than any corps of wage mages. Take those rat scum bastards at Aztechnology. They cast spells all day and night, right? Fire this and lightning that. Just tossing them around like candy. Right. Well, me, I'm just doing my thing. Not casting spells. I'm storing up my energy. Saving it. Can you imagine how much magic I have? I don't think that's how it works, Zach. Trust me, friend, I have secret knowledge. He slowly turns his head from side to side to give you a good look at his upturned ears. Like I said, it's in the blood. Well, I was hoping to get something about this, I've already kind of done this stuff. I was actually hoping to find out more about this unwanted visitor. But definitely had much more luck with the AK, so I think I'm going to be keeping that. Giving a drug dealer a shotgun? What could possibly go wrong? Oh god, wait, I went to Escabel, but I didn't actually buy anything, did I? Alright. Med supplies. Let's do... I don't know if I should do 2 or 3 med... Let's do 3. And then I'll get a grenade. Grenade. Okay, so we've got 16 damage frag grenade. A flashbang would be fantastic to get. Oh, actually. Oh, but the Renraku does 3 AP, so... And makes targets easier to hit, so that's a no-brainer. My SmartLink AK does 10 damage right now. I don't think I can get the higher level, though. Come on. Okay, so I can actually get... So the Semopal... There's a side of me that almost thinks I should just go full sniper rifle on this one, but the 4 ammo is going to be a problem. There's definitely no reason not to go for the higher... Like, between the Semopal and the AK-97. And the best rifle I can get... Actually, I should maybe just wait until I do the next mission. What'll I get for the AK? 375. Okay, I'll just buy a grenade. Concussion's no good. That's a lighter frag. Yeah, we'll just go for the Cavalier. If I sold something, I wouldn't be able to... Even if I sold the AK, I wouldn't be able to afford the next item. But that's fine. I'll just do another job and I'll be able to get it. Lucky Strike raises an eyebrow as you approach. A burning cigarette dangles between the fingers of her right hand, and she holds a glass of scotch with her left. Minerva, fancy seeing you again. Yeah, well, I was hoping that you'd want to chat. Oh? She takes a drag of her cigarette. Well, color me intrigued. What do you want to talk about? Do you know anything about an organization called the Lodge? Durr's group, you mean? She tips back her glass and swallows. Sure, I've done a few jobs for them. They pay well. The whole ominous secret organization thing they try to keep going is a little weird, but whatever. Money is money, and they've got it. What can you tell me about Durr? Best that I can tell, he's just a middle-rung toady, like any other corporate suit that you deal with before a run. Only difference is that his organization isn't a corp. I think he's a little fresh-faced for what the Lodge has him doing. In the beginning, there were some credibility issues. I had a hard time taking the guy seriously. But then he started waving wads of Nuyen around, and that cleared up all in a flash. Afraid that I can't help you dig any deeper. He's an occasional client. She takes a sip of scotch and chases it with a long drag of her cigarette. Even if I knew more about Durr, I wouldn't tell you. Shadowrunners who kiss and tell have a funny way of dying young. Been finding much work recently? Yeah, but the Kreutz Bazaar isn't the best place to do it. There aren't a ton of jobs out here if you don't have a network. You don't have people in the Kreutz Bazaar? Nope. My crew is in Mitte. There's lots of work out there if you can handle it, but life isn't as pleasant as it is here in the Kreutz Bazaar. She gestures with her cigarette, the tip glowing red in the gloom. I mostly visit your lovely little Keats between runs to restock and relax. It's a good place for that. Nice and slow-paced. She pauses for a moment to search for a word. Quaint. I don't suppose you'd be interested in taking a permanent position on my team? Don't suppose I would. Like I said, I've got a team of my own. Good people who've earned my loyalty 100 times over. I can do a little moonlighting here and there, but they wouldn't take kindly if I up and bailed on them. She takes another sip of scotch. Better that it stays like this. If you need me for a run, I'm available. But you need to pay me first. Keeps things clean and simple. Is the bartender here any good? Nope. It's called Der Weinkiller for a reason. The guy behind the bar is more like a Bush League sommelier than he is a proper bartender. Knows a bit about wine, but when it comes to mixing drinks, he's useless. If you want a drink, I'd recommend sticking to something simple. Try ordering something with more than 2 ingredients and you're asking for trouble. So you're a wine drinker, then? Me? No, never developed a taste for it. She tilts her glass, swirling the amber liquid inside. I'm not a big fan of sweet things. Never have been. Not even when I was a kid. I've always preferred smoke. If you don't like the wine, why hang out in a wine bar? Because it's usually empty in here, and I don't like to be bothered. And as hopeless as the bartender is, it's tough to mess up a scotch if you order it neat. Now, do you have another question, or I gotta run? See you around. The dwarf has distinctively Eurasian appearance. He peers at Iger through almond-shaped eyes. The rest of his broad face is dominated by strong Slavic features. He nods to himself and puts down his mug of soykaf. On the edge of the table, a plate of day-old pie cools in a haze of cigarette smoke. Hoi, Iger. Been a long time. He taps a thumb on the rim of his coffee cup. Keeping busy? You could say that. Minerva, this is Bannock. He's a friend. The dwarf scoffs. I don't know if I'd go that far. Nothing personal, you understand. If I were to start keeping friends, I might call you one. But in my experience, friendship and obligation go hand in hand. Solitary life is cleaner. She smiles. Professional acquaintance, then. The dwarf nods. Better. Now let's get down to business, shall we? Let's. We need intel on the engineer, where he's been staying, who he's working for, how long he's been in Shattenest. Whatever you got, we want it. He spears a hunk of pie with his fork, crams it into his mouth, and starts to chew. A moment later, he shrugs. I've had worse. And of course, I'll give you what I can, but I don't know much. I can point you in the right direction, that's all. Just tell us what you can. We'll handle the heavy lifting. The dwarf nods and then fumbles in his jacket pocket for something. A moment later, he produces a weathered paper map and spreads it on the table. All right, what you're looking at is the northwest quadrant of the Schattennest. This is gang territory, all of it. These days, the whole Keats is being held by Rambach. I'm surprised there's enough left of them to hold much of anything. I'd heard they'd taken a hit a while back. That was you, huh? Well, good on you. But you should know that they're still alive and well, and the guy who took over the gang leadership is a real piece of work. If anything, they're worse than they were before. He stabs a meaty finger down the faded silhouette of a building. This warehouse right here is Rambach HQ. That's where the engineer is staying. Wonderful. Iger exhales deeply. If he's staying there, he must be arranging some sort of deal with them. That'd be the safe bet, and they haven't pulled their guns on him yet, so it's fair to assume negotiations are going well. I'm sure that I don't have to tell you this, but the last thing we need is an alliance between some foreign syndicate and Rambach. No good can come from that. Can't argue with that. Now, I can't tell you who the engineer is working for. You'll have to ask him about that yourself. What I can do is make it easier for you to have a sit-down with him. Bannock reaches under the table and brings up a canvas bag. He places it in front of you and pushes it forward. Don't open that in here. There are people in this room who would kill you for what's in that bag. Look in the bag, no. You gonna tell us what it is, or do we have to guess? He lowers his voice to a soft whisper. You have to lean in to hear him clearly. What you're gonna find there is a gadget about the size of a water pistol. It has a rubberized grip with a hair trigger, and it's good for one shot. Is it a stun gun? No. He pauses for a moment, playing with his fork. Well, not really. For your purposes, you might as well think of it as one, though. The object in question is a cyberware deactivator. I had it shipped here at great personal expense from a supermax prison in the UCAS. He traces a swirl in the air with his fork. The warden owed me a favor. Iger whistles appreciatively. Very nice, Bannock. That should make this easy. Not easy. Possible. I wouldn't be giving it to you if the job could be done without it. The engineer is a rocking Delta-grade move-by-wire system. Unless you can shut it down, there's no way in hell you're going to catch him. And if we do shut it down, he'll be forced into a state of permanent seizure. He shrugs. Only until he gets that thing up and running again. Deactivated isn't the same thing as broken. The dwarf shovels another heaping forkful of pie into his mouth and chews thoughtfully. Until then, his life will be a living hell, but I can think of worse things to use as bargaining chip. Remember, you need to know who he works for. The more you can take him out of his comfort zone, the better. That's handy, making people uncomfortable. I don't say stuff like that. Sounds like we have a plan. Iger nods. Sounds that way. Thanks, Bannock. We'll let you know how things work out. Bannock, don't bother. I'll be watching. Yeah, let's send that useful item to our stash. Let's replace the flashbang. Where would you like to travel? Call Iger and travel to Schottennest to locate the engineer. I will add the one member of the team I can actually add. Enjoy this black screen, brought to you by the Unity engine. The engineer. Schottennest. The Keats next door to the Kreutz Bazaar, and an object lesson in anarchy gone wrong. Violent gangs rule the streets here, trading territory to the roar of gunfire. The street is a war zone. As dangerous as Schottennest already is, it could be worse. The gangs are vicious but disorganized. They pose little risk to the neighbors. With little more than a makeshift barricade and a few volunteers, the Kreutz Bazaar has successfully insulated itself from the chaos of its neighboring Keats. The engineer could change all of that. He has to be stopped. And the F-state as a whole needs to be altered to what his clients are trying to do. Alerted to what his clients are trying to do. It's up to you and Iger to make sure that happens. This is actually one thing about the story that kind of interests me, and I think, again, I'm not entirely sure how I feel about it. I wish I got another item. I mean, Iger's not actually going to be throwing that many grenades. I should maybe give the stunner to her. On the other hand, I usually use her as a sniper, so I don't know. We'll just confirm with this. The one thing is that Monica, like the story of Monica has been that she brought a lot of stability to the Kreutz Bazaar, but the problem is as soon as she died, all of that vanished, and the vacuum is ultimately being filled by you, but that's still a very fragile state. Either you're committing yourself to the Kreutz Bazaar for the rest of your life, or you're setting it up for a massive disappointment, either when you finally do die, or if you leave. And that's one of the things that I think in terms of my character's decisions is that she's basically been walking around solving other people's problems for them, which is, I suspect, kind of the Monica way of doing things. Whereas what would be better for the long-term survival of the community would be things like setting up that, setting up that, I guess not hostile, but like that organization that helps metahumans. So, I don't know. It's interesting. Again, this definitely gives you more story and more depth to talk about, so I like thinking about things like that. Let's just take a look at the unspent karma. I don't think there's anything I can really get out of it. I guess I could try and increase rifle, but I'd kind of like to save up my karma and just get ranged combat higher. Well, let's just double check. So, I mean, really what I'm going to get out of these are just extra shots, which are kind of useless. Deadeye would be good, so I think if I can get my ranged combat up to at least 5, then I can start putting the points into rifle. Headshot would be great too, but I mean, that's going to take forever. And the top that I could get would be... I mean, I guess there's really no reason to go beyond 7. But I'm not going to spend any of that. As you near the edge of the Kreutz Bazaar, the familiar piss and asphalt stench of the Schottenest crawls into your nostrils and sticks in the back of your throat. The dilapidated husks of burnt-out buildings loom above you, giving this place an air of menace. I was hoping I'd put this place behind me after the Humanist run. Why the 2-shot skill? Yeah, I'm with you there. She wrinkles her nose. The funny thing is, a syndicate presence might actually help the Schottennest in the short term, at least. They'd clean up the streets if nothing else. Don't tell me you're changing your mind. Not for a second. A syndicate, any syndicate in the Schottennest would be a disaster for the Kreutz Bazaar. Let the people on the other side of the gate deal with their own problems. I won't allow my home to be endangered for their sake. Oh, fair enough. Keats Gatekeeper. You again? Well, you ignored my warning last time, and you ain't dead, so I guess you can handle yourself. He sighs. Let him through, Sergei. The cardboard box is filled with makeshift bedding. A homeless person must be using it to keep warm at night. Search the box. You find a basic, uncertified cred stick beneath the pillow. There's a side of me that kind of wants... You know what? We're badasses. Take it. I do feel mildly bad. Not really. Rambach gang up ahead. Maybe there's a way around? Careful negotiation, maybe? It's not my Keats, I don't feel one bit bad. I gotta buy that new gun after all. Lady, I got pots and pans. You need pots and pans? No, but some info would be nice. See any new friends of the Rambach show up lately? Yeah, sure I have. What's it to you? The woman eyes you up and down, clearly waiting for you to make an offer. Hand over the 50 nuyen I stole from an homeless man. Just trying to help out the neighborhood. She leans in for a whisper. They're just down the street, in the warehouse with the grass in front. New guy showed up a few days ago. Seems like a bigwig. They've been moving product through there ever since. What kind of product? That'll cost you extra, sweetie. Is it important? Hand over 25 nuyen. Drugs, guns, the usual. Seems like more drugs than guns lately, so maybe things will pick up around here. Thanks. No problem, honey. I got the best deals on pots and pans this side of Spandau. That was not a good use of the money. What do you want? Just looking for some information. I bet you are. I've seen your type before. You're probably looking for someone. Or looking for someone something that's been stolen. Either way, the Rambach won't be happy about you sticking your nose into the Schotten nest. I'm new in town. What's hot around here? Nothing. Not a goddamn thing. All there is to do in Schotten nest is get your arse beat by gangs until you decide to join one. Which gang are you in? I'm still in the former camp. I've heard what the Rambach do to Hayes' new members. I'll take getting pushed around every once in a while over that. Yep, aren't you in the information business? I thought you were applying to schools. Or rather well, I know you just got hired somewhere, but I thought it was in the education profession. The engine's still warm. Colors on the tail clearly mark it as Rambach property. Well, we should steal that. Warehouse door is a windowless slab of reinforced densiplast. The keypad entry system sits to one side. Bypass the code input mechanism. The door unlocks. In there, that's our man. We will definitely be killing the Conjurer. The question is, do I use 1A? Yes, I do want to go behind cover. I'm okay keeping Iger out, but let's do a headshot. Ooh, I don't like those odds. Yep, works. Still standing. I still don't quite remember why I'm not allowed to have teammates on this one. Oh nice, it's turning on them. Don't mind me, I'm just a lonely Detka. As you can see, I'm completely okay with just letting the orc hang out in the front. Okay. Fortunate just because it gives me a chance to let Iger reload and get into a slightly better position. Well, I'd say slightly better position, but I'm not really going to be able to go to the spot I want. I should probably reload before I go into the next room, but it's a little late for that, so... Well, I know where I want to go, but it won't let me click. Okay. It's kind of a waste of time to do this, but it's nice to get this out of the way rather than do it in combat. Oh, well then. Can I run at her and punch? Nope. So, what's the best I can hope for? Get behind cover. Do I want to use the grenade? Nope, can't reach. So she's a fragile character, but there's not a lot of cover options, so I think I'm just gonna take my chances on the lieutenant. I definitely want to take out that mage as quickly as I can, though, so let's do... like, we'll just do an aimed shot, and then we'll basically throw as much lead as we possibly can at the guy. Not enough AP to heal my frontliner. I gotta do something about that armor. Okay, well the one thing I need to do, no matter what, is get Minerva into a better position because she's doing nothing right here. That's probably the death of her, but... Jesus. So the thing that sucks now is I'm going to wind up hurting my own guy with the shotgun. Oh, maybe not. Okay, mage taken care of. Jesus Christ. I've got nothing else I can do with Minerva. I think I'm going to blow another medkit, to be honest. It's just the armor is so strong. Okay, this is really inefficient, but I'm gonna get Iger to move back a little bit so I can at least get some advantage on these armor-piercing shots. Of course she moves there. Endor's 12 is replaced by Endor's isn't there. Hey, Endors. Thank you, Yep, for pointing him out. Okay, so we're ignoring armor with this shot and missing, as is kind of par for the course at this point. I kind of want to just... You know what? Screw it. Maybe it's Alpha 360 who's speaking. Good God. It's 3 medkits in one fight. If only I had glory. Okay, well, I mean, this is about as... Oh no, it still has armor penetration, so... It's just got terrible accuracy at this range. My main character's gonna die. Well, that was a mistake. Hopefully I don't have a ridiculous amount of armor. They don't. Well, that's unlucky. Actually, you know what? Let's just reload that. Now, the one thing I really don't know is if I want to use this medkit on Eiger or on Minerva. I'm inclined to let Minerva go at low health because she still has the Bamona and shouldn't really be tanking things in the front line anyway. I don't want to go to the streets. Oh, apparently I don't have any option? Okay, this is going to be a tricky one, actually. So let's get Eiger to... There should be one that hurts movement. AP... Well, makes him easier to hit. So 57%. Let's chase him down, and... Jesus Christ. Oh my god. Okay, well... Let's at least try and get a head start. Yeah, I'm pretty sure there's no way to catch up with this guy. I just killed my main character. Is there anything I can do with this? Yeah, that was pretty stupid of me to do. no real cover to speak of, so... Wow. And she doesn't have a trauma kit? Okay, well, this mission's done. Not my finest hour. Oh, yep, sorry, I just got your message. Hey, Endors. It's funny, your name looks really familiar compared to a guy who was in chat not too long ago. I'm really... yeah, I gotta do this over from the start. Cancel. Okay, actually, so I had made a promise earlier tonight to play a game with somebody, which would be Divinity Original Sin. Now, I'm not entirely sure that I have the ability to stream it myself, so let me just take a second here. If I'm lucky, we'll have somebody else who can sort of stream it, and then we'll have a seamless transition. If not, I'll find somebody to host, but this is... I'm gonna have to call it for Shadowrun just because I actually want to get some of this game done. But we will be back for this next time. If I can just get you guys to bear with me for a couple of minutes while I sort out what's going to be happening this evening, and we'll make sure to do a proper send-off, because I don't want to just abruptly end the stream. Okay, yep. So it sounds like you're okay hosting the stream. If you are, that's great, and I can just host you here. And if anybody wants to watch a slightly different game being played, you can watch it on a slightly better broadcasting system through Yip. All right, so as you guys can see from chat, first of all, I apologize for this abrupt ending in the middle of a mission. So, but for those of you who... Oh, crap. I didn't mean to say that. Oh, well. Exit to main menu. Don't save. I can Skype and play the game. Yes, I can do both. And I don't know if I have TeamSpeak actually, so if you prefer Skype, that works better for me. I can try and set up... Yes, there will be a Yip streaming coming, so... but yeah, sorry. Okay, so I'm having like a private conversation with like 8-9 people in chat, so sorry about this, guys. So let me just briefly explain what's going to be happening and wrap up the stream for tonight. I'm sorry to end this so abruptly, but Yip and I have been trying to get a game going together for a while. Yip has been doing this fantastic job of doing these streams of like Dying Light and he did Dead Island, then Dead Island Riptide, and now Dying Light. He's been playing it with 3 other people. They've been an absolute blast to watch, and I've been really bad at coordinating a Divinity Original Sin game with him. Now, Yip is here apparently for my strategic sensibilities, which you got to see on display in that last mission, so I have a suspicion that it's going to be an utter disaster on my part, especially because I don't know the game that well. But seeing as we have a good time, and I said I sort of had planned that the stream would sort of finish around midnight, even though I noticed it's a little bit shorter than what I normally do for streams. I'm actually going to call it for tonight, and I'm going to host Yip. So as far as I'm concerned, I personally am not done streaming for tonight, but it is going to be on a channel. I am going to host Yip. For those of you who came specifically for Dragonfall, that's going to be it for Dragonfall tonight. I'm going to try and get back to it. I don't know if I'll be able to do it tomorrow, I might try Crusader Kings so we can finish up with that, but I'll try and post something to Twitter. For those of you who want to hang out for Divinity Original Sin, I will be hosting Yip, but obviously it's nice to have you guys in chat to be able to interact. And most importantly, thank you to everybody who stopped by. We got a new follower. We had some new faces in chat. It was lots of fun to have you in here. And as always, it's always a slowly growing number of people inside the channel whenever I stream this, so it definitely makes it very rewarding for me, and I'm really starting to miss it when I'm not able to stream on my regular days. So that's it for me tonight on this channel. We'll see you all in Yip's side if you'd like to come along. If not, I wish you the best on whatever else you have planned for the evening. And we will see you all again tomorrow when we get ready to play something else. Have a good night, folks.